real estate as a business instead of a side hustle, like what changes and what are the things we need to think about? And that's where multifamily, and when I say multifamily, what I'm talking about is more than 4 units. So we're out of that 1 to 4 residential type loan structure. We're talking 100% commercial loans, and why that operates differently, and how, if you understand that difference, you can change your wealth trajectory depending on what your goals are. So a couple little things we're going to talk about first. We'll go through a couple terms. So two most important numbers when we're talking about commercial real estate are going to be net operating income, or NOI, and capitalization rate, or a lot of people just shorten that to cap rate. So if you understand what these are and how they work with each other, you're going to understand how you can create wealth in multifamily, and even you can extend that to commercial properties that you can't do in the 1 to 4 unit world. So for those of you that don't know, hey, thanks. My beard is awesome. Thanks, Connor. For those of you that don't know, so net operating income is what's left after you pay for all your operating expenses, but before you pay for your mortgage. So it's going to tell you how profitable your building is as an asset, independent of your financing. So that tells you, hey, this property is worth X amount of dollars and how profitable it is, and then you back your financing out of that. So let's say you have $250,000 a year in rents and you spend $100,000 for operating expense. Your net operating income is the $250,000 in rents minus your $100,000 for operation expense. That leaves you with $150,000. That's the number as a commercial investor that you care about. That's also the number that your lender cares about. So it's super important that NOI is dialed in and you know what's feeding it and how to get to that number. On the other side of that is cap rate. So cap rate represents the expected return in the market. So this says if I were to put $100,000 into this whatever asset class, this is the market return I would expect. So that varies by location, it varies by asset class, it varies by risk profile. So a 20-unit apartment in Northeast Wichita around, let's say, Rock Road and 37th Street North is going to have a different cap rate than one in Plainview. So risk profile and location do have an effect on your cap rate. So think of the cap rate as like a market multiplier. If you divide your net operating income by a 6% cap rate, so say we have the $150,000 net operating income and you have an asset that's a 6 cap, that property is worth $2.5 million. Take your NOI, divide it by 0.06, and it gives you $2.5 million. So think about that in your head. So if you can raise your NOI either by increasing rents or by decreasing your cost, your value goes up and you really haven't done anything at all except play with the numbers. So that's where you start looking at commercial, and that's why it's so powerful when you look at commercial, because a small wiggle of the needle makes a big difference on the backside for your value.